Hello, and welcome back to Real Talks podcast. I am Priscilla. I am your mindset and transformational coach, and I help ambitious women thrive in their career while having work and life balance and leaving burnout behind. So, today I'm going to tell you how to do a simple step way to reflect about your year and for you to also be able to set up the goals that you want to achieve in 2024. And well, first I want to give, of course, a little bit of background for this, but also I just want to say now, like when you do this kind of things, if you are like me, you probably love to do these things, and it just gives you a plan for the whole year. It's not like you have very specifically what you're going to do in everyday life and in every day in your life, but it is more that you have given your mind already a direction, and that direction is the one that will take you through the whole year. So basically, you are already putting within your mind the rule of we are going to go in this path, in this way. This is the thing that I want to make true, to bring into life. And that by itself is really, really powerful because you're setting an intention. An intention is not only like a pray or anything like that. An intention is energy. You are already putting all the energy that you want to put in 2000, like for 2024. You are already giving the direction to your mind to follow through the whole year. And also, you are setting the intention so that you don't go through other ways, through other things. Of course, if something comes to you and it feels aligned and it feels good, then of course you're going to go through that. But if different opportunities come to you and you feel fear of missing out, and you don't have really clear what is the thing that you want, then perhaps you're going to go and do this other thing that is not aligned to your real objective. But when you have an objective, a goal that is very clear for you, you are just going to follow that like a laser, like a really focused laser, and therefore you're going to get there much faster. So one example for me is like last year, actually was this year on January 4th 2024. I wrote down all the goals and all the things that I wanted to achieve this year. And you know what happened? Not all of them. I didn't achieve all of them because some of them are quite big. But I learned and I focused like I've never done it before. And especially since 3 years ago, I didn't put this kind of effort, this kind of intention, this kind of energy in this kind of direction since long, like since all these 3 years. So just the fact to put an objective this year was really, really powerful. And one of those was, for example, to not have pain in my joints anymore. So I have something that I am not sure how it is called in English, but the fact is that my collagen is too flexible. So I am very flexible. Actually, fun fact about me, I'm very, very flexible, even though I've never trained for that. So I'm very flexible, but my muscles cannot, like, even though I'm flexible, my muscles are not trained for that. So every time I do something, I used to get pain in my joints, in my especially in my wrist, in my hand wrist, and my knees, for example, that also hurts a lot. And I was just done with that. It was really hard for me. So one of my goals was to stop the pain in my joints, and for that, like I had to start eating better, so I don't get so inflamed, and I also have to be more careful about the things that I do with my body. Do more exercise, strength exercise, etc., etc. So all of that, um, just I didn't kind of say, okay, I will train for this. But since I put the intention at the beginning, somehow I was finding the way to get there. And guess what? Today I don't have more joint pain, and that is huge for me. It was years of years that I have this pain, and of course I still have some, and I still have much of the way to go. But the objective that I have for myself, that in this case was for health, I accomplished, and I cannot be more happy about this because it was really a pain for me. Not only a pain in my joints, but a pain in the ass. So yeah, this is just one small example that putting intention can really change your life, can change your health, can change your quality of life. And that's why I really want to go deep into this. So my method actually is quite simple because I like simple things. But for me, anyways, it gets very deep in the way. So what I like to do is not already put all the goals that I want for next year or anything like that. I actually want to go back and see what happened this year, and I like to see all the things that I did, the things that I did great and I'm proud of, the things that I think I could have done better, and what I learned from that. So then, what are the things that I want to keep doing, and what are the things that I want to change? And actually, I thought that I will that there were many things that I did that I could have done better. But now looking back, I think it's like I really did my best at that moment, and I could have done it before, in a better way. So when you do all of these things, your perception changes. If you just go straight to what do you want for your 2024, and you don't look back, if you don't look back, there are many things that you are going to carry with you to 2024, and there are, and might be things that you have to release, or that your body, your presence at this moment is asking you to just release, to leave behind, to just let go. So for example, I thought, um yeah, I thought that I didn't did much improvement, but actually looking back, I when I was doing the reflection, I started with the thing of what was good for me about this year, and what am I proud of. And just the fact to think that at the beginning of this year, and trigger alert here, I was still having suicidal, I think it is said like that, suicidal thoughts, and that I forgot completely about it now. Like, just to imagine myself that 1 year ago I had this kind of thoughts, and also I was still having a lot of anxiety, not anxiety attacks, but a lot of anxiety, that luckily, or well, because of what I all of the work, all the effort that I put on, it didn't become an anxiety attack, but still I was having a lot of anxiety and stress and all of that. And just to realize that I don't have that anymore is priceless. It's like all the things that I did in this year are worth it, because my life before that, my life when I was having this anxiety, this stress, all this pressure on myself, is it was just horrible. It was really horrible. You cannot enjoy the future, you cannot enjoy the past, you cannot enjoy the present. So if you are going through through this, I want to tell you, like, I feel you, and I know how hard it is. So just keep going, because it gets better. It can get better. And yeah, just also just very proud. Like, I took some or I did some scary moves, especially related to finding mentors. I did my certification. I found another mentor which I really like, and just the fact to now knowing that You can you can simply have someone who has been where you are, that where you can go and just ask them, how can I do this? Or what will you do in this situation? Or I'm having this thing, this thought in my mind, etc., etc. Just the fact of having someone like that in your life with whom you can make discussion about your ideas or the things that you want to do next is priceless. Like, you have no idea how much time I'm not using anymore just because I don't have to keep thinking about the specific thing. I can just go and ask to one person who has been already there and that has the tools and experience to help me. So that is also beautiful. And that's why I know that everyone needs coaches. Yes, I coach myself every day, but still to have someone else's perspective is priceless and is actually very, very insightful. And I also learned that I was very, very, very frustrated the beginning of this year, and now my frustration is just gone. It's like before I couldn't do many things at the same time because it was just too overwhelming. It was too much. I simply didn't have the capacity. It was just a skill that I had to acquire. And through all of this year, I have been doing so many things that are completely out of my comfort zone and that are still out of my comfort zone. Then I I just learned to be resilient. And I'm so resilient now. Like this podcast, I just say like, okay, I always wanted to do a podcast, so yeah, why not do the podcast now? It feels like the right moment, and I just did it. And that will have never ever happened before because I will have thought like I have to wait till I can make an introduction. That, by the way, I want to do an introduction. I'm just waiting for the time I am a little bit less busy. Yeah, so before I would have thought that I have to do an introduction, that I have to know which are the thoughts that I'm going to talk about, and basically have mapped out many things. But the reality is, when you want to start something, the best is just to start. So, yeah, I just started and here I am, and I love podcasting. And it just feels like I'm talking to someone whom I know because um, I just imagine my clients and I imagine all of them, and it just feels very easy to have this conversation with you. So, yeah, thank you for being listening. And then things that are more out of my comfort zone is Instagram for sure, which I like, but um, I don't know, it's not my kind of social media. I think in my best social media, I think is this podcasting because I just enjoy so much. And yeah, I will say that those are the biggest wins from my year. I'm just checking in, but yes, I think. And also, um, after what was good, I thought on what was bad, on what from where I learned some things. And I think not evaluating and not reflecting after making something, in my case, especially for my business, and in your case, I want to say maybe for your project, for things like that, those are things that are not going to, like, if you do not evaluate, you are not going to find, something different to do, and you are not going to understand what is happening there. And I think this is something that they never taught us, to really evaluate what is happening. I learned this because, of course, I studied chemistry, is a scientist, um, is a science. So yeah, you have to learn how to do this, but no one tells you that you can do this with your life, that you can actually reflect every week or every now and a while, or at least daily for 10 minutes at night, just to think about what you did during that day, what you like, what you didn't like, and what will change. What will you change? And this is super powerful because you are redirecting your mind every single day. So yeah, that is something that I'm going to talk more about, or just to do it by myself in the next time. And I think, yeah, that's everything that I'm going to say about that. But maybe I will share a little bit more about what I wrote in the next podcast, but not in this one. So after you say what was good, what was bad, then you want to say like what do you want to keep from the things you made this year, and what do you want to change? What do you want to release? And here can come things like if you have a certain feeling, if you have certain attachment, if you have certain emotion that you know that you want to release, then here is the moment to write it down. And also the things that you saw that worked really well for you, these are the things that you want to write down here. So you're going to kind of make a list and say like this I like, this I like, this I like. It's not something, it's not a homework, right? This is something for you, so make it in the way that is best for you and that you understand better. But just knowing what you want to keep from the things you are doing right now will help you to put a baseline, right? Because we are humans. Our brain works as an autopilot, which means that we cannot change everything at once. We need some sort of time, and we need some compassion, and we need to fail, and then we need to rearrange and fail again and do the thing again, etc., etc. So to have a baseline of things that you are already making that you like and that it's something that you feel like it's helping you is one of the best things that you can do. And then from there, then you can put like what do you want to change, what are the things that you did this year that you don't like so much and that you would like to change. And then I like to do kind of ceremony, but this ceremony is just like tidy up my space or my phone or my computer, and just open some of that space. If I have some limiting beliefs, some limiting emotions, something like that, then I will just release them with the techniques I teach inside my course during professional life and with some other tools. So that helped me just to open the space for the new year, open the space for the new thing. And also another tip that I would like to give you is like, for example, for myself, when I am menstruating, when I'm in my period, I get very intuitive. It's very easy for me to tap into my intuition, to listen to myself, to want to be, the whole day reflecting, because it is a little bit hard to be reflecting for the whole day. And so I like to do this in this specific time of the day. No, of the day, no, of the my cycle, of my period cycle. So maybe this is something you would like to consider as well. And yeah, I also like to see which are the things that I want to finish. In this case, especially from my university, because I'm in the last year, in my senior year of my university. So, which are the things that I want to finish and I for sure don't want to be doing in January? Things that I perhaps have been avoiding or not doing, etc., etc. And that's why I give around 2 weeks before the year finishes. So I make sure I finish all the things and I don't keep taking with me things from 2023. And then next, when you have already made this baseline, this thing that you know already what you want to keep, what you want to change, etc., etc., then I ask myself, what would I ask for if I knew the answer would be yes? So no matter what happens, I know that the thing will happen. The thing that I want will happen. It is like that. And I become totally clear on what is it. Why? Because then there is where we are going to give that direction to your brain. And this will just give a specific framework that will help my mind. And I also want to make sure it's not too restrictive, because otherwise, maybe if a new opportunity comes, I cannot see out of that. But anyways, I like to give just a framework, a road to already follow, because if I try to do many things, if I put too many things in my plate, probably anything of that will happen. So I just become totally clear on what is it that I want, and then I well, yes, that's specifically for me. I create a hypnosis, and I do a technique called neuroenergetic um neuroenergetic encoding, that it is for putting a goal into your future. This is also a tool that is inside Dream Professional Life, the course starter kit. And with that, I just program in all the things that I want. So if I want specific amount of I don't know, to specific amount of money, a specific work position, a specific thing with this business, with self, with free, I first become very clear about that, and second start putting and programming that for myself. If you don't know how to do a hypnosis, how to do this other technique, and you cannot find someone who can help you, or you cannot ask me, then you can simply use other kind of techniques that are going to like to tell you, first of all, you want to become clear on who will be the person who will make all of your dreams or goals happen in 2024. So if you feel like you are not disciplined, but a disciplined person will make that happen, maybe not disciplined, maybe just committed person, that it doesn't have to work on the specific goal every single day, but it has to be committed and consistently doing it, even if it is every another day, every week, etc., etc. Then you just want to make clear who is the person who will make that happen. So, for example, the person will be more responsible. The person will be on time. The person will take action whenever it thinks about it. One of the things for me is like the person will I maybe already told you, but I am someone who, when she wants to do something, I kind of need to wait. Not because of my intuition tells me, but it's more because my fear tells me. So it's like I cannot start doing things because I just feel like, oh, but this is not the best moment. And I mean, never is the best moment. So now I have been training and helping myself to just do the things whenever I feel like I have to do it, that I have them in my mind and that I consider that they are good. So one of those things are the podcast. If if it's something smaller, then no, but something like for a podcast where I have to start doing this, then yes, I do it. And then things like totally confident, neutral about stuff, so I don't take things personally. I have gotten much better about this, but still some things to work. So this is how you will do it. Just start saying like things that you will do as the person who makes those things happen. Like if you will trust yourself, if you will take bold steps, if you will take care of your health, and if you will take care of your mindset, your money mindset, your relationship mindset, if you will start building stronger connections with other people, learning how to talk to them, how to become their friends, etc., etc. So all of that you want to write it down. And then when I know all of this, I like to put a specific theme for the year. And yeah, this is something I'm trying already, and I'm trying actually. So for example, my theme of this year is quantum leap. So this is going to summarize all the goals that I have, and if I just remember this specific word or this specific phrase, then I will remember very easily which are the components that are inside this word, which means all the goals that I have already for myself and that I want to achieve. So that will give a really powerful just work to understand what are the things that are you following without having to see all the specific things every single time. And then I make a delusional routine. And many of these things I'm trying them this year, so I will let you know how it goes. But it is basically in the next thing, like just understand how will you make things happen. How are which are the steps that you're going to make things happen. And then for me, for example, to have a quantum leap, I totally need to shift my energy. I totally need to become another person, a best, as my best self, to become my best self, and also to become more authentic, to understand better what is it that I'm doing, to become a little bit more stable in some other areas of my life, etc., etc. So that's why I put like delusional routine, because I want to make many many things. And for example, I'm going to read them, but and then I will let you know which is like kind of my strategy. So for example, meditation twice a day, and so that I can connect with to with Mother Earth, with the universe, with God, angels, and then the hypnosis and the neuronal energetic encoding, them to be with the, what is this? I have, for example, a vision board. I've never done a vision board before, so this is going to be my first one, at least this intentionally. A vision board, like some affirmations that I will do in a Wonder Woman pose, which is going to give cues to my body that I am very confident about this. Then I'm going to script the ideal day as if it actually happened. And this is going to be so powerful because I will just write down the things as if it happened in the way I will have liked it. And this is another way of reflecting and shifting the things day by day. And also, I will, for example, read more. I want to read more. I want to use more subliminals and affirmations, of course, from people whom I know and whom I trust that will make a beautiful and good subliminal, for example. Then to develop even more my protocol to use with limiting beliefs. So if I have a specific limiting belief that I know right in that in the place how to get rid of that, and in the case is not so rooted. So these are some of the things of that I want to start doing. But the thing is that I told you we are automatic. We cannot change, or it is hard to change things everything at once. So what I'm doing is just I'm going to start putting inside my day little by little new things. So for example, I will just start with meditating and at night then putting the scripting how was my day as how would have been my day as if I was living the as if I have the goals that I want to have already. So I will just start with those two, and after some days, some weeks, when I feel very confident about that, and I feel like it's super easy just to make those things happen, then I will start putting in some more things. Because in that way, I'm going to allow myself enough time to change my neuroplasticity and to just make those other things habits. And then I will become in the expectant state. Just program myself in the future that these things will happen, and then I will just it is called jump into the energy of it is already done. So when you write down all the goals and you make all of these things, you will know how will you feel if you have already gotten those goals. So once you do this, you will start tuning into this energy, tuning into how will this person feel at the end if all of this you have accomplished it. And that will give you a really powerful emotion to just stick around, for you to become motivated, to not be scared, to not feel unsafe to go through those things, and through go like not those things but all the steps that you have to do to get into the goal that you want. And another thing I forgot to mention is that I also put which skills do I need to get better. So the skills that I know are the ones that I need for me to be able to become that person. So for example, last time I say that I don't want it, like I wanted to not have pain anymore in my wrists. So I had to learn how to stretch my wrist and how to strengthen my wrist and how to all of these things, to do all of these things, which before I didn't know. So to these kind of things, I are the ones to what I am referring. But it can be things also like that you learn how to connect deeper with people, you learn how to talk to people, you learn how to make websites, etc., etc., like things that you need to learn in order to become that person. And I think it will be all of that. And because every day, it is more about the everyday life, the everyday things that you do. So just making a summary, you will do first a reflection of 2023, the year that just have passed. And you will say what was good, what was bad, what to keep, and what to change. And then you can also do some tidy for your space, to your for your phone, computer, etc., etc., just to make sure that you are opening new space, that new things can come and have inside, uh, have have a space inside your mind, and yeah, maybe in your electronic devices if that's what you want. And then you are going to start thinking about 2024, the future, and you will ask yourself, what would I ask for if I knew the answer will be yes, no matter what, right? Then you become really clear, and then you create or listen to a hypnosis. And also, what are the skills that you need to have for you to become into this person that you really want to be. Then um, put the intention of the year, so the word or the sentence that is going to summarize everything that you want to do. Release all the limiting beliefs that come up, and design who you will embody or who do you want to be, and start acting as if this person, of course, very authentically, and looking to actually become that person, not just trying to pretend that you're someone else. And then the expectant state. So just program your mind to know that for the future, that it will happen. It will just happen. All the things that you're dreaming about. And I think that will be all. I thought on something, but I just forgot. So yeah, it's okay. But I hope this yeah, that this podcast was really useful for you. I hope that you also do the reflection and the things that you want for your future, which can be, as I told you, very, very powerful, give a very powerful direction to your brain. So, yeah, I'm very happy you got to here. And with nothing much else to say, I want to say goodbye. But first, just to let you know, for January, I'm opening to not to 5 spots for one-on-one coaching. So if you want to be coached by me for 3 months, which has an investment of $2,000, you can just apply, and you can send me a message through DM in Instagram or through my email, p castroblanco98 at gmail.com. You can write to me there, and I will be sending you the link to apply, or we can chat within ourselves, so to see if you are someone who is a good fit for this one-on-one coaching for 3 months. And yeah, so if you're interested, just let me know. And with nothing else to say, I want to wish you a very beautiful Christmas, a very beautiful New Year, and to tell you that we will see each other in the next episode. Bye.